A lot of buzz,
Yeah.
a lot of questions, and we're going to try to get to as many as we can in the 30, 45 minutes we got. Zhao's coming at me from Portugal, and Tom is coming to us from the UK. So we got an international group. I'm in Vegas, so we're international today, which is good. Yeah. Um, so let's just kick things off. The most basic thing ever, guys. What is gravity? If people haven't seen it yet, I know most have, but what is it? What is it, guys?
Tom, do I speak or do you speak? What you wish.
Um, you go first.
Okay, I'll go first. But you are the Thread King anyway. But I will go first now. Okay.
Thread King, I'll take that.
Okay.
Thread
Yeah.
King.
So basically, gravity is a thread wheel, of course, but it allows for many, many new effects that were not simply possible with other ITRs in the market for several reasons. Because the motors are very small, it allows the magician to cue himself, to save programs, to have a big hoop of thread, which allows for amazing routines. Once again, not possible with any other ITR, and I will explain why in more detail in just a second. Once you can save the programs, the ITR itself, the reel, actually saves the programs. So by pushing just the side buttons, you can start a program. You can even leave the remote at home. That's one. These are some of the things that make it very, very special. What are your thoughts, Tom, about it?
Yeah, so I mean, this has so many different possibilities. It's not just a reel, it is a tool to do so many different effects that have never been possible before. You can record 3 different settings. You can have live mode. You've got 2 motors. You can switch from one motor to another motor straight away. And the effects speak for themselves. I mean, you on the trailer there are only there are so many more effects that you haven't even seen that you're going to absolutely love with this, and most of these effects would never be possible using any other reel, especially Gravity Ring, for being for that. So no, it's got so many, there's so many different ways that you can use this. There's so many different possibilities with this as well. It's not just, you don't have to use it just one way. You can have the reel on you. In fact, for some of the effects, the ITR isn't even on you at all. So that's quite exciting for me. The fact that you can walk away and not have anything attached to you is very exciting.
Nice, nice. Yes. We're already starting to get some questions coming in, guys, just so you know. We're already starting to get some questions popping in. One of them is, and I know, Zhao, I've seen you address this a couple times online, but Tom wanted to know, is there any sound from the Gravity device? I know that's something people might be concerned about with the motor, going on there. So is there any sound to be concerned about with Gravity?
No, when the motors have thread around it, around the spool, the motors are really 100% silent, unless perhaps in the
Very
maximum
silent.
speed, in the maximum of the maximums, perhaps you could hear something very small. It really is silent. When I mean silent, I mean you can do this in a living room with the windows closed, with the people 1 meter away from you. It's how silent the motors are.
All right. Very good. Very good.
Yes, that absolutely. I echo everything that Joanne just said.
Cool. All right. And that's what's great about this is that not only are you getting a device, but you're also getting Tom Wright along with this to share his thoughts and ideas with this. And I think if I remember correctly, you're getting 4 hours of instruction with Gravity, which I think has got to be the longest tutorial ever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, it could possibly get even longer because there are going to be some some effects that I'm still working on that will be added to this as well. So it's going to be longer than 4 hours. If I keep creating more effects with it, it could be 5 hours long. So
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this is a tool for the imagination of the magicians. I think that magicians can really come up with a lot of great effects with this because it allows for a lot of possibilities. And we explain actually 21 effects with this project. 21. I don't remember any other ITR that explains so many effects. I think me and Tom really did the extra mile here to really push the boundaries that what this gimmick can really do.
And it's not just 20 effects that you've seen before. A lot of these effects are something that you've never seen. For instance, like the Exorcist 2 one, where it slides along the floor and jumps into your hand. The gravity ring again is original. But no, there's so much more that you haven't even seen, but you will when you get it.
The spirit bell also we're seeing here made me smile because of how hands off you are, and it's not a gimmick bell. I mean, it's great.
Yeah. No, it's not. And what's great about that is that you can get into that very, very quickly. So, and it's examinable at the beginning, and it can be examinable at the end.
Right. Very cool.
Exactly. Yeah. There is no need to spend $300 on that effect alone, because now you have a bell that they can examine, they can touch it. It's a real bell, and you simply attach the tag, the gravity tag to the end while you place it on the stand. We even tell to the people where they can get the stand that they see on the video, so you really leave no stone unturned.
Nice.
And also with the bell effect, that's not attached to you. You can be in the other room and have that bell move. So nothing's attached to you.
You hear that, guys? You hear that? Yeah, that's a
You
big
could
plus.
you
right
could
there.
walk. You could sit in the audience and have it do it.
Nice.
And that's 100% true.
Nice. Since we're speaking about a device that obviously uses IT, I knew this was going to come up, and I'm glad that it did because there's a really good answer for this one that I know the guys are going to be happy to tell you about. And that is, how strong is the thread? I know a lot of times working with thread, it breaks so easy, and how visible is it? So is this normal thread, João? I know we were talking about this briefly before, but the thread that you receive, is it just your standard thread, or have you gone a step above and actually provided your own thread as well, like your own style of thread?
Yes, this is actually my own thread. This is not something that I bought and I spooled. No, it was actually one of the hardest parts to make because we wanted a thread that is invisible and strong. And this is not wool in nylon, which easily breaks. And it's really under fluorescent lights. Of course, you cannot use it any thread on any sunlight. But indoors, in the under fluorescent lights, it really is invisible. Yeah,
right.
Really is invisible. And actually, if you see the trick Oblivion that Tom does in the trailer, you mean the camera really is on top of the coin, like very, very, very close. And there is a light pointing at him, and you can see absolutely anything.
Nice. And also the question, since we're kind of specific on the thread right now, Mott's had a question. He wanted, how many meters of thread is possible to have on the spool? So for one spool to kind of fill it up, how many meters of thread, or how much thread? I don't know what the metric system would be where you guys are, but how much thread on a spool?
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to speak, Tom, or do you want to?
Yeah, yes, I think it was it 4 meters, or was it more than that? It was more than 4 meters, wasn't it?
Yes, you can do it like yes, about 10. But the thing is, the more thread you place, the more weight it will make the spool. So what I suggest is actually for all the routines that you are not going to use more than perhaps 3 meters for the most. If you really want to use it for 10 meters or 15, there are other products that are better than this for using or for a very, very long distance. This was made for close-up with very small motors. So my suggestion is to never pass like 5 meters. It's are my thoughts on that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like saying that, you mean you don't need it to be that long. I say, you're going to be performing this within a meter or between 1 meter and 3 meters, you're going to be performing most of the effects. Well, most of the effects, you're really going to be 1 meter away, aren't you? But no, I would say, putting 5 meters on is a good amount. You can put more, but if I wouldn't advise any more than maybe no more than 10 meters.
Exactly.
But you don't need that.
Cool.
No, it's 10 meters. It's a lot.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
It is a lot.
There was a question in here about how easy it was to. Here it is from YouTube, and I know you sent me a clip to show this, João. So this is a good question. Yeah. Magician Torque says, "What if the thread breaks? How much time will it take to reset it?" So when it comes to that, how easy is it to reset the thread for gravity?
Yeah. That was one of the hardest things to actually do, because I didn't want the magicians to tie a knot around the spool. It's very hard to tie a knot around the spool and then grab a pair of scissors and cut the excess. And also because the knot could not be cannot be well done, so it couldn't untangled. So I had to come up with a very easy and fast way. And I think you can show that video now. Look, where I can actually explain how the thread is placed into the spool. Because basically the magician gets a small X-Acto knife. It's included in the package, and some circular stickers. So it just sticks to the top of the spool like in 5 seconds, exactly like this, you can see. So the X-Acto knife goes under it, then touches the thread, which is on the table, then touches the spool, just like so, places it, and then it comes from a glass. Right, this is a great idea from Tom. And then using the controller, you fill the thread in like 30 seconds or so, and that's it. You don't need to tie any knot. You don't use glasses to see it. Of course, it's important to have like a white surface, and we mentioned that in the instructions. But it's really, I think it's the easiest spool to work with. Yeah.
All right. Very cool. I like that, Tom, with the glass, having the spool in there and just having it wind up. That's very smart. Makes it very easy.
Good. And also, that's the beauty of having 2 motors. So if you do have the thread break, you've got a backup motor ready to go, so you can straight away get into your routine. So you haven't got that worry. You've got 2 motors, so great.
I think
it's something important to. Sorry, Luke. Sorry to interrupt you. Something important to say also is that when the thread is at the minimum speed, or even a little bit more than minimum, it's impossible to break the thread. And I think this is important to people to know, because even when we have the gravity tech and it reaches the reel, it does not break the thread. This is important because of the way the reel is designed. Because this is more a very technical thing, but basically. And the thread is not in a straight line like every other thread reel in the market is. It is not in a straight line. It has a diagonal thing that obligates the thread to have tension. So it automatically helps stretching the thread once it goes into the spool. Okay, it's important. Yeah.
Nice. All right. People are very excited about this, obviously, and especially the things that you can do with it. Which, I mean, Tom, you have absolutely killed it. Actually, I'm going to show one of my favorite things I've seen with this. It came in from Tom this morning, actually, and then we'll get to a couple more questions. Guys, check this out.
This is brand new.
So, Tom, if you want, you can talk over this if you like. Man, look how cool this is.
Yeah.
Yo-yo ball.
Freeze.
Wow.
Oh, yes.
Dude, that looks like freaking magic.
So.
Dude.
Honestly, it looks so good in live. It actually looks better live. It's actually insane. I came up with this by accident. In fact, I'm not quite sure how I came up with it, to be honest. I don't know how. I don't know where. I don't even know where it came from. But it looks insane. I mean, this is brand new. So
one more time.
There's probably more things that I can probably do with this. In fact, there's something else that you can actually do. Not only can you make it jump back up, but you can make it go back up slow motion as well. So you can do slow motion down and then slow motion back up.
Yes.
I don't think that's on that video there, but and you can do it straight away. You can have it in your top pocket, and you can just do it straight away. But yeah, it's really fun to do, and I think it's very eye catching.
The slow motion part is
Yeah.
beautiful because you really throw the ball and it goes slowly like this. It really looks like you are seeing a movie, like it's gravity, really gravity. It's really good.
Yeah, and got some love for that too. There you
Well,
go. Yeah.
so yeah, I mean, again, that's just something that's brand new. I mean, I've got to stop creating effects. That's my problem. I've got to stop because there's too many. I've got to stop now. There's no more. That's it. No, I'm finishing.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, you are addicted to this.
No, I am addicted. I am addicted, and I send João videos. Go look at this, and it's like, oh, that's another one. So no, it's very exciting. It's going to be very exciting to see what other people are going to come up with this as well. So I can't wait. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely something that it's not just a one-trick pony. That's one thing I want guys to remember too, is this isn't just a trick that people are used to buying tricks. This is a device, it's a system that I hate to use this term, but it's only limited by your imagination.
But that's the truth. That's the truth.
True.
Here's a good question from Mark, and this is one I didn't even think to ask myself. I'll just put it in the middle here. How long does the battery charge last on it before you need to recharge it, and how long does it take to recharge it once you do need to do that? So why don't we talk about the battery life on Gravity?
Mm-hmm. It really lasts a long time. I will say probably around 50 performances or even more, and takes around just 1 hour to charge, and that's it. Yeah. Okay. So it will never go out of battery during a gig or something. It really lasts a really long time. Yeah, there is also an indicator in both the remote and the reel. It says low bat. When the LED turns on, it means that it's time to charge. So everything is well thought out regarding that. Yeah.
Cool. All right. And another question here. I know, Tom, this will be one right up your alley here. Magician Torque's back. Is it necessary to wear a jacket to perform with the reel? Do you have to do
that? No, you don't. You can actually do some of the effects wearing just a t-shirt. It all depends on which effect it is that you're doing, because some effects will require you to wear a jacket and some effects won't. So it all depends on which one you're doing. So in fact, again, a lot of the effects, the reel isn't even on you, so you can wear whatever you want because you can be in another room. In fact, that's one of my favorites that I don't think is on the footage is actually Exorcist 1, not Exorcist 2. And what's great about that haunted deck is that the reel's not even on you, and you can walk away. In fact, I think you do actually see it on the video for a short amount of time, where the one card jumps off, then the card split, and then the card fires out. Well, that version, that's Exorcist 1, that version, the reel isn't even on you. So, again, you can be stood with the crowd whilst doing it. So each effect is different. And each effect requires a different hookup. It's not all the same. It's all very different.
Cool.
I hope that answers your question.
Yeah.
All right.
And they are also divided in degree easy, intermediate, and advanced. So people start slowly, because if they try all of the effects, because there are so many, it will be a lot of information and they will get frustrated. So they must start slow and understand how the reel works, how Tom is thinking about it, the speed. The remote has numbers, it's from 1 to 8. And this is very important because magicians can take notes for their own routines. Okay, for this effect, I want perhaps speed number 3, or the next one, perhaps the 5 is good, or the 6 or the 7. So they are not blindly applying more speed than the one they really need for their effect. So they can take notes. Okay, this works well with the speed number 3, and they take notes. So this is really important. So they are not blindly making things faster or slower. It's very important the way the remote is built.
Cool. All right. And I just can't get over this one. Look at this. The ring just goes up. Tom, right there he is. Oh yes, comes up. And then this is my favorite part, over to the glass. Tom,
and look, this is
real magic.
it's all up. It's a lot magic.
That took me a long time to work this one out. It did take me a long time to work it out, and but now I'm very happy with the gravity ring. And again, it would not be possible using any other reel, because with this one, with the gravity ring one, that one's fully recorded. So that one's all recorded. And the great thing about that one is that you're totally hands free. So you click a button, it starts to play what you've recorded, and then you can execute the gravity ring from beginning to end. But no, it's brilliant. It's great. I love it.
Speaking of brilliant, I wanted to show. We keep showing Tom performing. I've got a little mini clip here of Mr. João Miranda performing the bottle. I think he calls this waterfall. Do you want me to show this now, João? Yeah.
Yes, go ahead. Before that, let me just tell to the audience that this is only one small example of what is possible to do an effect and hand totally clean. And when I mean totally clean, is that from the moment you see that bottle fall to the table, people can search for anything, they'll not find anything. But let's hear the clip with the audio that I explained that. Yeah.
It will buzz and then fall right away. Okay? Now the thread is automatically 100% inside my pocket.
So in this case, what I used was the hoop system. So I had it in my thumb, and when they examined the bottle, I placed it around the bottle, okay? And then once the bottle fell, the reel automatically tracked the hoop automatically to my pocket, and you can do the effect right away again. With other reels, you'll need to attach a piece of wax with any other reel, a piece of wax to the bottle. After it fall, you'll need to grab the bottle, remove the wax. You don't end clean. With this, you can be far like 2 meters or 3 meters. Then it falls. Then the spectator can automatically grab the bottle. There is nothing to find out. This is so that people can see the potential of this product.
Cool. There was another one too. I think this is Tom. This is the ring slide, and I know that in this clip that you guys sent me, you can actually see the loop on this, which I think is actually kind of cool because you can actually see kind of what's going on to give you an idea of how this works in real time. So did you want to cue this one up, João, or do you want me to just play the ring slide clip?
Yes, you can play it. No problem. Yeah.
Cool. Check it out, guys.
You're going to do this, and then the ring will come off like that. And then now the thread is zipped back onto me. I can take the pencil, put it away, take the wallet, leave them with the ring.
There you go.
Yeah.
Tom.
So it's
beautiful.
So clean. It's so clean.
Yes, so it's kind of, if you think about it, it's the same setup with João's bottle fall. It's the same thing. You've got the tension already recorded. So as soon as that ring drops off into the hand, that thread just zips back into the gravity reel, and then everything is examinable. So from beginning to end, again, that's another one that's completely examinable. That you can do, and that's on ITR mode as well. So yes, you can.
Exactly.
In fact, João, you might as well. Do you want to tell them about ITR mode? We might have not mentioned this, I don't think.
Yes. Okay, it's okay. The reel works in ITR mode if the magician wants. So what that means is that they basically have a big hoop of thread around the thumb, so they can do a lot of effects. This was actually invented by Surya Kumar. This idea of the hoop with using 2 reels, and I actually bought the rights to that. So that allows the magician with the hoop around the thumb to do so many things. There is also an amazing linking rubber band effect that you can see on the trailer. So you have 2 rubber bands and you throw, and they basically link, and then they unlink, and he uses the reel in ITR mode with the hoop system. So yeah, there's a lot of things that magicians can really do.
All right. A question I've seen a couple times popping up here is, and guys, thanks for all the great questions, by the way. I know we've got a few more here. Kevin wanted to know, is it fairly easy to replace the rechargeable battery? Which is actually a great question. So how easy is it to replace that, or can you replace it?
Yes, yes. It will never be damaged because of the way we built it. But let's say in 30 years or 40 years, or if you leave the reel on for like days, it's very easy. Actually, the back of the reel, there are four mini screws. So with the Phillips screwdriver, you can remove them, and it's very easy to replace the battery. Anyone can do it because the battery is not welded to the electronic board. It's simply a connector. So it's a matter of removing one and placing another. It's something very, very, very easy. Anyone can do. Yeah.
All right, cool. Another question that I saw, this one comes from the Green Monster, as we call it in the industry, the Magic Cafe. This is a question from Art, and it said, can you turn off the vibration feedback of the remote? Is that something that you're able to do with this?
Yes, actually, in live mode, the remote does not vibrate, only the reel does.
Okay.
But I can assure everyone that the buzz in this product in particular is very, very, very low. So they will not hear a noise, very, very big noise. So it was something that we had in mind. So rest assured, it is not a problem at all.
Okay, cool. Because I know people have said that about other things in the past where the feedback of the vibration might, be audible. So that's good to know.
Yeah,
all right.
We have that in mind this time.
Yeah, we definitely had lengthy discussions about this, and we made sure that it was not a loud vibration. So that was something that we wanted to accomplish. And yes, it is. You will be definitely happy with the vibration settings that we've made.
Cool.
Exactly.
All right. And again, that is the big plus here, guys, is that, João could have very easily just created this device and just sold it, but he teamed up with Tom, who knows a thing or two about thread, obviously. So you're getting all that experience on top of, João's experience with the production of the product and all that. So it's a dream team, it's great.
Yeah. And it was very hard, even for Tom, even for me, was very hard because this product in particular was very expensive to create.
Mm-hmm.
I literally spent over $50,000 in molds and prototypes, and I will tell you why. Because normally when I do prototypes, I do in 3D printing, okay, which is very, very cheap, and we actually have 10 machines that can do 3D printing, okay. The problem with 3D printing is that the walls are not 100% smooth, so the thread can catch on anything, okay, anything. So the design of this product in particular changed more than 20 times. So it was changing in little tweaks and there. So it was very, very time consuming and very expensive to make this one because we had to make it very well. Otherwise, the thread will get tangled in any 3D print machine and it will not work. So the process was very different than many other products. It was very expensive too, but we are very happy with the final result. The quality is really there.
Nice. And I'm just looking at the reel here. You can see some of the details of the reel here, which is great. The not only the unit itself, but the remote unit, which is cool. Yeah, and how small it is. And here's one of the things.
And the fact that you can record vibrations, look, it's very important, because if you cannot record vibrations, the magician does not know when key actions will happen. So you can not only record the movements of the motors, but the vibrations and cue yourself. So okay, now the thread will stretch, now the thread will pull, now the thread will start making a bill dance inside the glass. It's something that we after experimenting a lot with this product, we thought, if we do not make the vibrations recording, magicians will not know, because either or they are concentrated on the presentation or they are counting the seconds with their head. And that is very hard, for the professional. So they know when they get the buzz, they know because it's when they want. The buzz happens because they program it as they want it. I don't know if this makes sense, but I hope so.
Yeah, no, I mean, exactly what João says. So for instance, with the gravity ring, you need the vibrations because you need to know of when because it's totally hands-free. You've got no controller in your hands at all. When you're performing the gravity ring effect, you've got no controller. You need to know of when it's going to slide. You need to know when it's going to stand up. You need to know when it's going to float to your hand. You need all those cueing systems. So you'll get a vibration telling you this is what you will record. You will record this yourself. You'll get a vibration of it tells you when the ring's going to stand up. You'll get a vibration when it's going to float to your hand. You'll get a vibration when it tells you to walk back, a vibration when to let go, and then the ring will float to the glass, and then it'll give you another vibration of when it's just about to drop. So the vibrations, certainly in that routine, are extremely important. So yes, you definitely need to feel the vibrations. And yes, you'll just feel them in the motor. You won't feel anything through the controller because you won't be using the controller during that effect.
Exactly.
So yes.
Nice. Here's a question from me to you guys. It's a real quick one here, and I know it might be tough, but that's why we're here. I know there's a lot of stuff taught on the instructional part of this, but I'll ask each of you. We'll start with Mr. João Miranda. What is your favorite effect to do with this? Do you have a favorite effect that's like your thing that you love with gravity, that you're just like, that's just your favorite thing that you either like to watch or that you think would be just fun to perform? Do you have a favorite?
Yes. Personally, I have two. I actually have two. I cannot choose between these two. One is the water bottle one,
Okay.
because it's something that you can be in the restaurant, you can reach a table, you can be in a friend's house, and do you have any water bottle? And then you do the effect, and they freak out. Okay. Yeah. The other one is the ring in the pencil. Mm-hmm. Why? Because the spectator is looking at the ring moving. Yes. And they have their hand like this. So when the ring goes into their hand, the hoop goes automatically into your pocket. So the magician is again 100% clean because there is no gravity tech in there even. It's only the hoop. So it's the two effects that I like the most.
Okay. Tom, it's your turn. You're up. What's your favorite one from this?
It's difficult because I love them all because I spent so much time inventing them. So it's pretty hard to pick between them. I really like Kinetic Bill. I like Kinetic Bill because, again, the device isn't even on you. I love the ones where the ITR isn't even on your body because that's something that I think's really, really cool and to be in control of that the whole time. So I love the Kinetic Bill, and I also love Exorcist 1, where again the haunted deck, where again the device isn't even on you either. But then I don't know. I mean, I love Oblivion. I love the coin. It's difficult. There's so many good ones. I mean, I even like there's another one that you haven't seen, which is called Seance, which is really, really cool. But no, there's so many. It's hard to. I'd say Kinetic Note and Exorcist 1.
Okay, cool. This is a good question.
Although I'm changing my mind now.
Oh, okay.
Carry on.
Michael Mayo wants to know: will it tip an empty glass bottle? The weight of that, is it too heavy, or have you tried that? Or yeah,
I did try because the motors. I'm not sure. I know once I grabbed the piece of gravity thread when I was testing the strength until I was happy with the result. And I had an IKEA glass, which is kind of heavy, and I placed the thread around the glass, and with my hand, I could literally move the glass. And cool. It's a heavy glass, yes. But in a big distance, I'm not sure if the thread will break. Perhaps Tom, the invisible thread king, can help.
I think that you can probably. I think you can definitely tip over an empty glass bottle. I think I'm guessing they mean like a beer bottle.
That would be my guess.
Yes, you can. Yeah. I wouldn't advise it though. Although again, I don't know. I mean, it's something that it all depends on what surface the bottle is sitting on.
Sure.
If it's on, if it's like a cloth table, then yes. Well, I know what it can tip over. If this is another routine that I did play around with. I don't think I put it on the project, but it was an idea that I had, where you could turn a wine glass upside down, and you could walk up to a table, turn all the wine glasses upside down. You could do a magician's choice to one, and then everyone concentrate on that wine glass, and that wine glass would literally tip over and fall over.
Cool.
So you can definitely tip over a wine glass.
Cool.
I mean, I'm gonna go test it after this now. I'm gonna test
It's a great idea, actually. I think it's nice.
I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Ray is just coming in, and this is actually a question he's asking that we haven't even gotten to yet. As we start to wrap things up here, Ray says, "Can you get extra threads? Why don't we talk about the accessories that you can get along with the gravity reel itself?" So, what do you say, guys? Can you get extra thread later?
Yes, you get the spools, or you can either buy spools with 45 meters, okay, which is a lot. And there is also the Gravity Thread XL spool with 450 meters, which is like 5 football fields. So it's a little bit more expensive, but yeah, it's a lot of thread. Yeah, so yes, you can search for Gravity Thread and Gravity Thread XL.
Okay. And I think you also have the, it's not putty, but you also sell what's the other accessory that you're selling?
Gravity tack.
Tack. Yes. Tack. And what is that for, João? Just so that people know if they're looking at it on the website, what is that?
Yeah, basically it's used to attach to surfaces or to the magician's skin. And the great thing is that with normal magician wax, the thread cuts through the wax, especially if you use it for a little bit of more strength effects. With magician wax, what happens is that the thread cuts through it. Mm-hmm. With the gravity tack, it does not happen at all. And it also can be easily colored. Magician's wax is very hard to color. With this, you can make it black, you can make it green. If you use a dollar bill, you can make it red very easily. And it attaches very easily to surfaces. It's very, very good. And it was, again, very hard to make. And it comes in pre-cut in little squares, which is the quantity the magicians should use for their performances.
Okay. I've got 2 more questions coming in. Do you guys have time for 2 more? I can make them quick. Yeah?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I think these are actually ones that you'll enjoy answering here because they're pretty specific. Chris wants to know, is it possible to do like floating the cigarette to the mouth? So like, Tom, are you able to do any of like the Fearson hookup type of stuff with this?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, of course you are. There's no reason why you couldn't do that. Yeah, of course. Yeah, 100%.
Okay, cool. And then Diego wanted to know, and I know we talked about this a little bit before, but it also brings us full circle back to the remote and the programming feature, which I don't think we've touched on nearly enough. Diego says, looks like you need to have your hand in a pocket for most of the tricks. Is this true? If so, which ones can I perform with the free hands and ones with the hand in the pocket? So why don't we just address that one more time just to really iron that out so people know the details.
May I speak, Tom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so basically, all of the effects can be done with recording. So for Tom personally, he likes to have more control of the routines because normally in his effects, he uses a lot of audience participation. But you can do the effects with the recording. That's why there is a recording. So if you use the recording, it will take you a little bit of more practice. It's important to tell you that. But that way, with the push of a button, the reel will do everything exactly as you programmed it. So yeah, you don't need to have any hand in the pocket.
All right. The only hands that you need, as Naman says, which is a great way to get out of here, definitely going to get my hands on this ASAP. So there you go. That's the only thing you need. Yeah. Cool. So guys, was there any last thoughts that you wanted to share about this? I've gone through, I think, as many questions as I could get to in this limited amount of time, but was there anything else that you really want people to know about this before we sign off here?
The gravity, the flow. Tom, if you need to show them also the floating Sharpie that you sent me like a week ago or so. The Sharpie one is very cool. It's amazing.
Yeah, I get, and again, that one's hands-free as well. So yeah, you're not touching any remote, and that's all fully recorded. That's something that that's another one that I will be filming and placing onto the project. Thanks for that, João. So that's more work for me. Brilliant. There's so many, but yes, I will definitely 100% put that on the project view.
Okay. And is it true that at the bottom of the ad copy it says not only do you get all this stuff, but you also get direct email access to the IT master Tom Wright? Do they actually get access to you? Is this true?
Yeah.
Yes, they do. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to be bombarded with 5 million emails, so that's great.
All right. Well, at least you knew what you got yourself into.
Yes, it's true. It's true. I do.
Yeah, basically
no,
there's a warranty code. Yeah, there is a warranty code that people get in their package. They need to take a picture of it and send to Tom, so it's a proof that they have the product. But the thing is, because some people, when they try the more difficult routines, if they have any doubts, they can email Tom, and Tom is really the thread king. So that's it.
Thread king, you heard it. Thread king, ladies and gentlemen.
The king, the master. Well, I want to say thanks to both you guys for the time and also answering these questions and being as honest, with all the answers that people are looking for, because this is a higher priced item, as we all know. And for some people, this isn't just buying another trick, it's an investment. And it seems like with this one, you are definitely safe with your investment, with not only from the product itself, but the customer service that comes with any of the João Miranda products. And of course, the hands-on teaching and all that fun stuff from Tom Wright. This is a full package here. So good stuff, guys. Congrats on a huge, huge release here. This is a big one.
Thank you. Yes, thank you very much. It was a lot of love and sweat and a lot of love for Magic. Really, it was. Yeah, if it was not for love for Magic, we will not do it, because the amount of work. I'm not speaking about the investment, which was huge, but the amount of work that me and also Tom placed into this product, it's crazy. It's really crazy. It's over 6 months working on this every single day and tweaking little tweaks and trying this and trying that. And what if this happens? So everything came together and it works perfectly. I'm very, very happy with the final product. Everything is made with molds, very precision measurements, and Tom really did a great job with the routines. They are really beautiful and very well explained as well.
All right. Tom's the very modest guy there. He's just smiling like, I know. Cool. All right. Well, thanks, guys, for the time. And to you guys watching out there, thanks for the great questions. If you have any more, as always, you can always post them below this video if you're watching later in the comments, and I'll do my best to help you out there too. So thank you from João Miranda, Tom Wright, and Luke Dancy here. Coming to you guys. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, guys. Talk soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Get Gravity today from your favorite magic shops. See ya.